title. We got some Apple Watches, baby. So we are going to jump into this thing and see what they sent over. All right, the box is kind of small. I feel like it's gonna be a lot to keep bending over. Let's just grab a seat, shall we, Jay? Let's do this. All right, got my kunai ready. All right, so first thing is another box. All right, so we got a few things inside of here. So first interesting thing right here is they sent over a new iPhone. So this is the iPhone 11, and it's the red one, which makes sense. There is a new red Apple Watch. Spoiler alert. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this color looks so good. This is a color scheme that people used to mod their iPhones to try and get, with the black screen, the red surroundings. It's a dope looking iPhone, but it's the iPhone 11. A lot of us are familiar with this iPhone, so we're gonna put this thing to the side. Product red iPhone. Well, let's see what's the first Apple Watch we get. Okay, starting off with the Series 6, and it's in red. All right, let's pop this baby open. Okay, so the first product red Apple Watch. I love the unboxing experience for these Apple Watches, man. So here we have the watch and a red band to go with it. Ooh, I like that, there it goes. And there you have it. Oh, snap. I love this. I gotta say, guys, this looks so good. So this is obviously the product red version, but there are other color options as well. They still have the standard space gray in aluminum, silver, gold, and now it does have the product red as well as a blue option. My chain's messing with the audio? Okay. Now, in terms of the colors for stainless steel, instead of space black, now we have a graphite color. So you got a gray option in stainless steel. You also have a regular silver, and you also have gold as options for stainless steel. And there's also the space black titanium as well as just normal titanium for those of you who aren't looking at the aluminum options. But boy, does this thing look pretty. Now, we also get a band. So let's take a look at that. Okay, oh, so before we even get to the band, over here, guys, you'll notice that we have our USB cable to charge the Apple Watch, but there's no longer a power adapter. So Apple's going the very green route and removing the power adapter because it creates a lot of e-waste when we have power adapters that we don't use. Apple's assuming that you already have a power adapter that you can use with your Apple Watch, so you will no longer find one included in this packaging. So it does come with a standard USB cable. Finding a power adapter for this, honestly, is not gonna be hard. I know some people will still be huffing and puffing about it, but honestly, I'm not gonna lie, this is not a big deal at all. Okay, so power adapter over here. We also get some paperwork, product red stuff, some quick start stuff, you know, all this good stuff. Over here, we have our bands. So let's see what that looks like. So these are pretty standard bands, nothing too special over here. So boom, here we have our product red Apple Watch Series 6. I gotta say, guys, the red, I wouldn't go for red. I'd go for like the blue one, but this red is super nice. I actually dig it a lot more than I expected to. This is dope. Now, if you didn't follow Apple's announcement and you don't know what's new with the Series 6, they actually added a few new things. So this thing has got updated internals, Apple's 6th generation system in package. So it's got completely new specs on the inside, so it's gonna give it more power. So we should be seeing better performance than what we saw with something like the Series 5. So we've got some new colors, we've got better specs, which should mean some better performance, but we've also got some new features over here. So over the years, Apple's been adding different health features to the Apple Watch little by little. We've got heart rate sensors, they added an ECG. This thing can detect if you're in too loud of an environment. It can also detect if you fall. But now they've added a sensor, a blood oxygen sensor, to let you know what your blood oxygen levels are like throughout the day. So anyone who takes their health seriously and they keep track of their blood oxygen levels, Apple has now added sensors for that. So what it does is it basically shines an infrared light onto your skin, on your wrist, so it can go through your blood vessels, and the light that bounces back, it's able to detect the color of that. So then that information gets put into an algorithm and it lets you know your blood oxygen levels through that. I mean, Apple keeps finding ways to just do some revolutionary stuff with this watch when it comes to the health field, and I am all for it. So that is what we're getting here with the new Series 6. Now, can I just like put this on for a second? I kind of want to just see what it's like to to wear it. All right, yeah. Feels like an Apple Watch. Now we're also gonna see a few other slight improvements, one being the always on display that was introduced in the last Apple Watch, which is a feature that I really appreciated. Like when you weren't using your Apple Watch, the screen would dim down to about 200 nits of brightness and you could still take a look at it and see the time, stuff like that. But now with this one, it's able to go up to 500 nits of brightness. So you still be able to clearly see what's going on the watch. And it's gonna make it an easier experience to go from sleep mode, which is basically that always on display, to just interacting with it and doing things that you need to do on the watch. So that's gonna be there. We're also gonna be seeing faster charging times. So that's very, very welcome. I think in about 60 minutes, you should be able to charge all the way up to 80%. And in 90 minutes, you get the full charge. So we're seeing faster charging speeds, which honestly, I never really complained about charging speeds on the Apple Watch. I always thought it was pretty fast, but decreasing the charging speeds is always gonna be welcome in my book. I'm looking forward to that. Now, there's a lot more that Apple put into the Apple Watch Series 6, but if you guys wanna learn more about all the features and everything, I'll have it linked down below in the description. But let's continue with this unboxing, shall we? I feel like we've been talking about this a lot, even though that's honestly what this video is all about. But let's move on and kind of see what else we've got going on over here. So next up, this guy. Apple has just introduced the Apple Watch SE. So an inexpensive option for those of you who want to get Apple Watches for folks, maybe like kids, and you don't want to spend the full price of like 400 bucks. This guy is going to cost $279, but let's take a look at it. Shall we move some of this stuff, Jay? Leave Vegito alone, man. He didn't do nothing to you. So let's see what we've got here. Oh, interesting. So with the SE, instead of getting these little covers that you see here, which this is actually now paper. I forgot to mention that. This is actually made of like a paper material instead of that nice little fabric that they used to have. I'm gonna miss that, I'm not gonna lie. This is just like a thin sheet of paper too, so we can actually just kind of tear this off. And here we have it. This is the Apple Watch SE. So this looks pretty similar to the Apple Watch Series 5, but you just have the crown that's a little bit different. This has like a black circle in the middle. And Jay, is it just me or is this Apple Watch Series 5 slightly darker?
It's slightly darker.
Slightly darker, huh?
Yes.
Okay, well, it looks very similar to a Series 5, but if you want to know what the differentiator is, it's that crown, the circle in the middle. But yes, this is the Apple Watch SE. This is the cheaper alternative to the Series 6, and it has a lot of the features of the Series 6, but with less of a focus on some of those health features that we've seen Apple add. So you're not going to get that blood oxygen sensor that's new to the Series 6. And you also won't get that ECG, which is probably why the crown looks a little bit different. So some of those health features that you might want for maybe someone who's a bit older, if you're getting this for a kid, they might not necessarily need some of those things. So this makes sense to have a cheaper alternative. Now, of course, this doesn't have as much power as what we see with the Series 6. It's running on Apple's 5th generation of their like system in package, so their internals are similar to the Apple Watch Series 5, which isn't a bad deal at all. The Series 5 works pretty well in my book. So this thing is going to have similar performance to that. It's also missing a few of the other new features that the Series 6 has, and we'll just throw them up so you guys can kind of see what it doesn't have, but definitely not deal breakers. And like I said, perfect for a gift for someone who doesn't need all of those crazy features. But we got some bands. Let's take a look at those. But we got one band. So let's throw this guy on.
Is it the new one?
This is not the new one.
Oh.
But the new ones are the solo loops, which we'll go over in a second. This is it. I'll throw this on my other arm, and boom, there you have it. This actually looks kind of dope, man. Now, something that Apple mentioned about the SE that I thought was pretty cool was the ability to just, let's say you give this to your kid, the ability to track them through GPS. So you'll be able to know where your kids are at all times. You can check in on them through the family settings. That's really cool. If you know your kid has to go to school, you can see that they're there. You can make sure you know when they get there. Kids, I'm sorry. This sucks for you guys, but your parents are gonna have you guys on lock now. Sucks for the kids, but you know, I'm a parent now, so I gotta switch sides, you guys. I think this is a dope feature. But all jokes aside, I really like that in terms of just like keeping the kids safe. Being able to track them is definitely a good thing. And it's also surprising that, you know, they're still selling a watch at this price with GPS and those kind of features. So this is definitely a positive. So you'll be able to track a whole bunch of stuff with both watches. I think one big thing that they've both included is the altimeter. Always on altimeter, what that basically means is you'll be able to track elevation. So if you're like going on hikes and all that kind of stuff, it'll be able to tell you what your elevation is. So if that's a big deal for you guys, I probably will never ever use that feature. I'm always at this elevation, guys. I ain't going up, I ain't going down. This is it, this is it. I go up and down my house, that's it. Now, one thing I do want to check out are some bands, y'all. So Apple has also sent over their Solo Loops. Very interesting concept, just a single band. And you basically just throw this thing on. So we've got the silicone, and this one is like their braided cable. So we'll take off these Apple Watches. Jay, which one do we start with, my man?
Braided one.
Braided one. Oh, Jay's going for the best right away. I hear you. Ooh, oh, stretchy. For sure. So this should be very easy to get on. Oh, I am digging this already. All right, so I'll just throw it in like that. So let's see, just grab your watch and you're done. That's it. Doesn't move up and down the wrist much. Nice, not bad, not bad. I like this. Jay, thoughts?
Better than mine. Mine takes like 2 steps to put it on, so.
Yeah. All right, so this is the braided version, and is this like a dark blue? This is like a navy blue, right, Jay?
Yeah, this is dark blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's take a look at the silicone version. Now, I feel like the silicone version would be a bit harder to master. This is braided, so like this kind of fabric, of course you can stretch it out. So let's see how the silicone one works. Oh, stretchy.
Wait, this is silicone?
Yeah. Oh, the texture is the texture similar, but this definitely feels harder. This thing isn't gonna stretch on you. This feels like a lighter, bouncier version of that. Whoa. This is actually just fun by itself, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Jay, you gotta swap out your band, man.
Oh, shit.
This is the move right here. I really wanna see Apple do more with these. I wanna see more versions of these. This is cool, the Solo Loop. All right, about to jump in the shower, take these off. Boom, super simple.
That's easy.
Yeah, just boom. Color me impressed, color me impressed. Apple, you sold me. You sold me. I like these bands a lot.
Which one would you go for?
In terms of the bands?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm kind of liking the silicone, but if this were black, like just all black, I'd go with this. I don't know, Jay, don't put me on the spot. That's kind of hard. But that's about it for this video, guys. Hopefully you learned quite a bit about the new Series 6. If you guys want to see a full review, maybe like a real day in the life even, let me know with a comment down below. I think these are going to be very, very fun to try out. I just kind of love how they just go so well together. Apple knew what they were doing. They always do. But that's about it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, be the cool guy or girl that gives this video a thumbs up, and I'm gonna catch you guys